Hello, friends. I'm Mark Bagansky. On behalf of everyone at SewHope, we want to thank you for taking time out of your evening to spend with us. This year we are holding our 15th LEAP event. We have watched this event grow each year, and last year we had over 500 people support us in our virtual fundraising efforts. While we wish to be together tonight in person, we are so excited to live stream our event. To start the evening off, Randy Roosh will lead us in prayer.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Let's pray. Awesome God, as we gather tonight, we give thanks to you for your shining your light upon us every day and for all of the ways that you have blessed our lives. Your love never fails, and you give each of us hope, strength, and purpose. Your gifts have elevated our mission in Guatemala and provided us with an amazing staff, eager students, and grateful families. We praise and thank you for those things. As we move forward tonight and after, help us to continue to use our gifts wisely and with love. Help us to always follow your command to help those less fortunate than us. Help us to always love our neighbors as ourselves. And please continue to bless us so that we can always be your light in the world. In your holy name we pray, amen.
Thank you, Randy. Here's a rundown of how this elite program is going to work. We expect it to last about 40 minutes. You are able to bid on all our silent auction items on your phone, computer, or tablet. The auction will remain open until 8 p.m. this evening, so get your bids in. When you want to bid, click on the item and enter your bid. You can also set up a maximum bid. Raffle and Instabuy are also available. Purchases will be added to your cart at the end of the night. Click the Instabuy raffle button to see them. Our three raffle items are numbered 800 to 805. These three items have two ticket purchase options. We have a Solo stove and stand, valued at $400. We have a Cuisinart digital air fryer, valued at $250, and a gift card tree valued at $270. Raffle tickets are 5 tickets for $10 or 15 tickets for $20. The winners of the raffle items will be drawn around 7:15 p.m. Scroll down to see our Instabuy items. Instabuy items include clean birding Chespa stoves, M-powered solar lights, vegetable seeds, fish for our programs, and of course, chickens. SewHope is also in need of additional student sponsors for the new students that have joined our programs. We are currently looking for 25 new student sponsors. You can pay in full for your annual sponsorship tonight, or you can start your monthly payments tonight. If you would like to pay monthly, choose number 807, and we will follow up with you next week. Checkout for all these items will take place after the silent auction closes at 8 p.m. Here is a video with a recap of what was accomplished in Guatemala in 2021. That is amazing. Please remember all the successes of 2021, the completion of the interior of the school, the 1,000+ patients who were seen, the families who now cook over a new stove. All of that was because of your generous contributions. I would like to introduce our speaker this evening, someone who needs no introduction. You all know her. She is the heart and soul of SewHope, as well as its founder. Let's welcome Dr. Ann Roosh.
Hi, everyone. Well, this is not quite as much fun as when we had our event live and we got to dance and be together, but hopefully next year. So anyway, having come back from Guatemala just 3 weeks ago, I'm so very grateful to each of you for this outpouring of support tonight. I've just witnessed all the ways that your generosity is giving hope and easing the burden for hundreds of Guatemalan people. I always struggle with giving this talk because there's so much I want to say. I want you to realize what you have donated over the last few years has so profoundly impacted the lives of thousands of people, and I know will continue to far into the future. With the completion of the school recently, our whole program is so comprehensive. So as I started putting together slides for this, I decided to go back to when it all started in 2007. As I looked at some of those photos, I thought about how when you step out in faith, just a little step, suddenly an army of people come on board, and the miraculous can be done. Galatians 6:9 reminds us that we should never tire of doing what is good, for at the right time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. And Job reminds us, behold, these are but the outskirts of the ways, and how small a whisper do we hear of him. But the thunder of his power, who can understand? Yes, there is so much sadness in this world, but there is so much good. We hope to show you tonight the goodness your kindness has brought. So to start with, I want to truly give thanks to 3 women who not only make this event possible every year, but who work tirelessly throughout the year to make these enormous projects successful. Gloria Baganski has run these LEAP events every year since 2011, and she donates countless efforts of hours throughout the year. Emily Osborne and Cecilia Chowdhury lead our fundraising efforts and do the enormous amount of administrative work that you can imagine has to be done to keep this all going. And truly a very special thanks to the people on our board of directors. While many board members just come to meetings once a month, most of our members are the ones who actually make all of this work happen. They are either working in Guatemala, completing our projects, or up here gaining support, or working with our Guatemalan staff on planning. And of course, so many thanks to the hundreds of volunteers who have helped us over the years. People who have helped here, and certainly those who made the long journey down there. Here is our most recent team who installed all the electric wiring and ran the fiber optic cable so that we can run over 70 computers simultaneously in the school. Of course, none of this would happen without our wonderful staff in Guatemala. I'm very excited to say that all 8 of them are joining tonight from there. Of course, they don't speak English, so I will just wave and say, hola, amigos. Myra Martinez is the director, and she likes to call them a family team. They start their days with prayer every morning, and they are so strong in their belief that all is possible with God by our side. I want to take this opportunity to say goodbye to Don Binkley, who passed away suddenly this year. Don and his musical partner, Dan O'Connor, blessed our event with their musical genius every year since 2011. A singer and songwriter who played guitar and bass, so many of us enjoyed and danced to his music every year. So when I look at this picture, I remember exactly the moment it was taken. We had been working in this little town of Pueblo Nuevo for a couple of weeks, and these children had surrounded me with love every day. We were getting ready to leave, and I wanted a picture so I would remember them and remember my promise that we would do something to help them. They needed everything: food, clothes, clean water, a decent school, a little hope. Thinking about the pervasiveness of the poverty seemed daunting, but somehow we came home and called upon friends, and little by little we chipped away at things until we have gotten to where we are today. Many of us believe that education is the key to hope. This photo on the left was actually one of their classrooms. At first, we had tried to improve the school they had, but their government schools are so abysmal with no books or adequately prepared teachers. It seemed hopeless, so we opened an after-school enrichment program where students were able to learn online. It became so successful that the families begged us to start our own school, and here it is with 128 students in front of it. 2 years ago, I presented the idea of a school at this event, and one of you gave us $60,000, which was, of course, enough to start the building. A few months later, Jonathan Z., who you see here, flew down there with me. He is the architect who designed all our buildings. Here he is standing on the site where the new school would be. We did months of planning, designing, and dreaming. This is what this beautiful building looks like at night. As I mentioned on this last trip in February, our team installed all the electric wiring for the building and ran the fiber optic cable. So these are photos of our kids. They are all so well behaved and eager to learn. We work with their parents to convince them that the children are worthy of an education, that their daughters don't have to have babies when they are 14. We show them how intelligent their children are and how worthy they are of the same education as a child here in the United States, how they can learn at an extraordinary speed with the computer programs that we offer them. On the first morning I was there, 2 of the moms came to me with little gifts and asked me to tell you that they were representing all the moms there and wanted to tell you thank you for giving their children hope for a better future. When you look at these pictures, you probably wonder if these children really need to be supported. They all look so clean and well-fed and engrossed in their education, but that is so far from reality. On this trip, I visited 3 random homes of the children in our program. Sainer, our school director, went with me. We pulled up to the first house. 4 emaciated little dogs barked furiously, and I could feel myself choke up a bit when I saw the surroundings. But the mom saw us coming, and she hurriedly hugged us and begged us to come in. She found a couple of little plastic stools and asked us to sit down. There was trash all around, and of course, a dirt floor, no electricity, and no running water. Then I saw that her husband was in a wheelchair. He had apparently had a car accident the year before. In Guatemalan fashion, his motorcycle had no lights, and he hadn't noticed a turn in the road before he went veering off, hitting a tree. Now paraplegic, he has no physical therapy or occupational therapy, no treatment for the large decubitus ulcers on his feet and hips, no medications for the chronic pain in his back. He will never bring home an income. He kind of stared off into space during our visit. We promised we would get treatment for the ulcers, and the mom thanked us profusely for the opportunity for her children to go to our school. She was also thankful for the uniforms and the backpacks we provide and for the food her children can eat when they come to school. At the end of our visit, Sainer led us in prayer, and as we got quiet and entered into God's presence, tears flowed down from the mom's eyes. We then drove a few blocks to the second home, which seemed even more depressing. Another warm welcome by a 61-year-old man sitting quietly in his yard. His 3 children were at our school at the time. I asked where the mom was, and he responded that she died last year. He said she never complained. She was just hanging clothes one day and started vomiting blood. They tried to get her to the hospital, but she died on the way. He was not really sure what happened, just said that God must have wanted her. He was so thin, and everything seemed so stark. I felt so uncomfortable. I wondered if there was something specific we could do, and kind of stupidly, I asked if there was anything in particular that they needed. He leaned back and gave a laugh. What do we need? We need everything. We have nothing. Yep, we have nothing. And he smiled again, and like the first woman, he thanked me for the opportunities our school gave to his children. It somehow didn't feel like enough. Of course, at the outset, we focused on bringing medical care when we visited, but gradually we realized that it was the public health issues that were far more devastating to people's health. This is what they call an aguada, basically just a hole they dig which fills up with water. This was seriously their water supply. A mom brought this little boy to our clinic to see if there was anything that could be done about the scars from the burns he got when he fell into the fire they had in their kitchen, which they used for cooking. Seeing things like this made us think deeply on what could be done. So over the years, we have focused more on those projects, addressing starvation with fish farms, chicken coops, and teaching agricultural techniques. We've tried to encourage people to get purified water with home and community water filters. And to avoid open fires and smoke in the homes, we install safe and efficient stoves. And we just sent down a 40-foot container with 260,000 protein-based nutritious meals. This was the first clinic I worked on in this region of Guatemala, a makeshift gynecology room with plastic walls. At that time in 2007, few women even knew what a pap smear was. I often tell the story of when the first woman came in, I told her what I was about to do, and she ran out. She told all the other women who were waiting, and they quickly ran off. But this is our clinic today. It has 5 exam rooms and is fully equipped with medications and everything we need to treat most types of outpatient issues. We currently use part of it for the students, but once they transition to the new school, we will use that area as a cytology lab and training center. One day we drove up, and if you look closely at this picture, you can see a double rainbow over it. Supposedly, a double rainbow is considered to be a link between heaven and earth, symbolizing a new beginning and a big transformation. I guess I don't know if that's true or not, but it seems very likely, given everything that has happened. And the last thing I will mention is our cervical cancer prevention program. We had started doing pap smears back in 2007, but then this beautiful woman named Flory came to our clinic one day with advanced cervical cancer. We actually brought her to the United States for treatment, but she ultimately died a year later, leaving behind her 2 children and husband. The even more tragic ending to this story is that he was in an accident last year and died of complications several months ago. Sometimes the stories down there just seem so incomprehensible. Her death inspired us to grow our program in bold ways. We have now screened almost 14,000 women and have strong ties to the Guatemalan Ministry of Health, so that they now send all the women with abnormal pap smears to us for further evaluation and treatment for early disease. We train health promoters and nurses there now to screen women, and we are in the process of starting a full cytology school. So I just want to end with this really beautiful quote from Martin Luther King. When our days become dreary with low, hovering clouds of despair, and when our nights become darker than 1,000 midnights, let us remember that there is a creative force in this universe, working to pull down the gigantic mountains of evil, a power that is able to make a way out of no way and transform dark yesterdays into bright tomorrows. Let us realize the arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends toward justice. So, to sum up, just please be assured that we are not just throwing money at an insolvable problem. Sometimes people just need a start. Hope that their children are not destined to a life of poverty. Hope that they can receive nutritious food, clean water, basic health care, a home free of wood smoke, and one that has light after 6 p.m. when the sun goes down. Just a start that lets them know that we are on their side, that the prayers they give to God are being shared with people who have the means to lighten the load. So I just hope I've assured you that your donations are making such an impact in this part of the world. We still have 25 children in need of a sponsor. And if any of you already have a child and would like to continue to sponsor them, please just let Roxanne Ward know. And if any of you feel very moved to make a difference, there is an opportunity to purchase an ultrasound machine for our clinic or to sponsor an entire teacher's salary for a year. Tonight, our hope is to raise at least $150,000. Right now, as before we started the event tonight, we started at already amazingly $58,000. So I just want to give very special thanks to Mark Baganski for serving as our MC, and many thanks to Grace Community Church for providing this facility and video equipment for our virtual event. And without Nick Easley and Emily Osborne and their very impressive computer video skills, this event would not have been possible. Thank you, each one of you, for reaching out to strangers whose lives have hope because you have chosen to care. And now, I hope you'll enjoy this wonderful video of SewHope in Guatemala.
Why do you like SewHope?
I like SewHope because helping people is fun, and SewHope gives kids fresh water, hope, great school, and great teachers, and great food.
I support SewHope because I know that the work they do is changing lives and giving better lives to children who are my age and even younger.
Education is a game changer. SewHope's dedication to education of youth in Guatemala is truly significant. It makes a lifelong impact on these children and their future. This is one of the many reasons why I appreciate and support SewHope.
I support SewHope because the issues that they're addressing, hunger, access to education, access to quality health care, these are rights that every person in this world should have. And there's such big problems, I think it's easy to think, how could someone like me, one person, possibly contribute to helping people that live in those sort of situations? but I see the work that they're doing, and I know that even any amount that I contribute can help play a part in helping these families improve their lives. And I hope that you'll join me in supporting SewHope also.
You know the ancient Chinese proverb, give a man a fish, he eats for a day, teach a man to fish, he eats for a lifetime. This is something that really resonates with me in terms of SewHope. I am just so proud of the work that we are doing there and have been so humbled to be able to support this organization for the last 8 years. I knew it was about cervical cancer and I knew it was about education, and that's why I joined. But I had no idea all of the other things that were being impacted in Guatemala. As a retired teacher, of course, education is super important to me. But we're educating not just kids, we're educating adults. We're educating them with clean water, why it's important, safe stoves and installing stoves for people. We are teaching people how to grow vegetables and raise chickens and so much more. I am humbled to be able to support SewHope. I'm proud of all the work we're doing and know that we are unique and we are really making a difference for the people in Guatemala.
Hi, my name is Linda, and my experience with SewHope has been so rewarding. I started participating about 8 or 9 years ago, and it has just been a wonderful experience. My passion is for the children. They started with nothing, and now, because of the support of our generous donors, we have built a school for them. They have laptop computers. It's just amazing to see their smiling faces in appreciation of everything that we are doing. The fact that we are a local organization means that your donations go directly to the people of Guatemala, and especially the children. Every little bit counts, and we so appreciate everything that you do, and the people of Guatemala, the children, and their families are so thankful.
Hi, I'm Gloria Bagansky. I've learned a lot being a part of SewHope, but one of the first things I learned back in 2011 was what poverty really was like in Guatemala. It's not just a lack of housing or a lack of food or a lack of clothing and things. It was much more. There was a lack of basic hygiene skills. Not drinking clean water and not washing hands and not using latrine. There's a lack of opportunity. There's a lack of decent education. And it was shocking to me. I guess I'm a little sheltered. But SewHope is a small organization. We have 8 dedicated board members. We have 2 amazing staff members here in the U.S. And throughout the years, we've had anywhere from 1 to 6 amazing employees in Guatemala. The dedication and the faith and the love of this small group has developed hope and trust and cooperation in the communities that we serve. We started out with nothing in Guatemala, and right now our physical property is pretty impressive. We have land, we have buildings, we have fish farms, and vegetable gardens and chickens. But the real blessing is the thousands of women and the hundreds of children who have chosen to be a part of our programs of education, nutrition, health, women's health especially, the cervical cancer program. Thousands of women come. We couldn't do this without our donors, without our supporters, without people going mission trips with us, without those who pray for us. We thank God for you every day. And we would love for you to join us. Become a board member, volunteer at our races, or participate in the races and the LEAP event, go on mission trips. Like I said, we'd love to have you. Thank you.
Wow, that was wonderful. It is so nice to hear from SewHope supporters. And Ann, this world is a better place because of people like you. Thank you. Chicken sales are at an elite level, so keep buying. Don't forget to purchase your raffle tickets. I want to take a moment to thank our numerous sponsors who you can find listed on the auction page. With their support, we are well on our way to meeting our goal. We would like to thank Dave White Chevrolet, Skylight Financial, Sean Savage and Savage and Associates, Robert and Kathleen Kaloji, Tim and Roxanne Ward, Anthony and Rachel Novakovich, William Bazar and Margaret Lockhart, and Kathleen Cott Johnson for their generous sponsorships. Thank you to all our sponsors and everyone watching. Our last video was made by Julio Ocheda, who is from Guatemala. He visited us last February and did a phenomenal job of capturing the beauty of our clinic, school, and the Guatemalan community. I hope you enjoy this inside look at SewHope.
Do nothing out of selfish ambition or vain conceit. Rather, in humility, value others above yourselves, not looking to your own interests, but each of you to the interests of the others. In your relationships with one another, have the same mindset as Christ Jesus. At SewHope, we listen and observe and work to meet the needs of our community. We know that women are the foundation of Guatemalan families, and their health needs to be top priority. The need for prenatal care is urgent. Many midwives in Guatemala are not able to take blood pressure readings, and there is no access to ultrasound machines unless you live in a city. In 2022, we will expand our prenatal care to reach women who do not have the means to come to our clinic. Our relationship with the Guatemalan Ministry of Health continues to grow, allowing us to screen more women in rural areas for cervical cancer. In the first 2 months of 2022, we have already seen almost 1,000 patients. Through our agriculture programs, women gain the tools they need to feed themselves, support their families, and develop work ethic. SewHope staff work with families to develop vegetable gardens, raise poultry for meat and eggs, and grow fruit trees at their homes. Over 100 families have been supported in this effort, and the need continues to grow. One of the most exciting times at SewHope happened just 2 weeks ago.
Hello everyone, this is a big day. We're here to turn on the lights in the new school. Everything in the 4 classrooms is wired, and hopefully everything will work. It won't be like the Christmas Vacation movie. However, I just want to give some credit to Tim Kuhn, who spent a lot of time with Julio, Myra's son, doing the initial wiring of all the outlets and everything. You can see there's a lot of outlets and things around. And then Tim too, and Ephraim and myself came in here this time and finished up connecting sockets and lights and everything else. So it's been a pleasure to do this, and we thank you all for helping us to put it together. This is Sainer, our head teacher, número uno, and Sainer is going to say a few.
A Dios gracias primeramente a doctora Ana por ser la fundadora de esta institución, que sin duda alguna esto no fuera posible si ella no estuviera al frente de esta grata institución. Muchísimas gracias por el trabajo que se ha estado realizando. Actualmente pues se ha estado trabajando en lo que es las instalaciones de la energía eléctrica para que nuestros estudiantes puedan desempeñarse en sus clases de matemática, lectura en nuestras instalaciones. Gracias.
Our education program is a half-day program designed as a supplement to the public education system. Our students, most of whom live in homes with no electricity, have access to programs such as Khan Academy and Raz Kids, and they receive personalized instruction from our certified teachers. We are currently working to become recognized as an independent Guatemalan school, which will allow us to offer a full Guatemalan curriculum to our students. Through the generous support of our community, we have been able to build a beautiful new building that holds 130 students. These students are sponsored by generous supporters from all over the world.
As demand for our education program continues to grow, so does the need for student sponsorships. By sponsoring a student, you are giving them the tools they need to be able to self-determine their futures.
SewHope es una institución fundamental para la vida de muchos niños de acá de Santa Ana, Petén, porque gracias a ello se han formado profesionales y un claro ejemplo es mi persona. Actualmente formo parte de los docentes de acá de SewHope. Igual quiero darle las gracias a doctora Ana Ruth porque junto con mis patrocinadores, ellos pusieron su confianza en mí para que yo formara parte de los docentes de SewHope. Es muy diferente porque acá ayudamos a los niños con sus deficiencias, las vamos tratando desde el inicio y ir superándolas hasta que ellos estén al nivel de sus demás compañeros. Considero que sí, porque yo soy un claro ejemplo de eso. Yo asistí aquí y gracias a la ayuda que ustedes me brindaron, mis patrocinadores, yo ahora soy profesional y regresé nuevamente, ya no como alumna, sino a trabajar como docente. Considero que SewHope es fundamental para formar profesionales.
That was a beautiful video. It was incredible to hear from Rosie, and it is amazing that she started as a SewHope student, continued her education, and now is a certified teacher. Student sponsorships are a wonderful way to have a direct impact on the lives of Guatemalan families. Gloria and I have sponsored Kenia. Our sponsorship covers her uniform, shoes, and a backpack. It provides her with a healthy snack every day, a special birthday present, and access to personalized online programs. We have several sponsors who sponsor 2 or 3 children, and we have one dedicated sponsor who has 12 children under their wing. We appreciate everyone who is able to support at any level. Thank you for considering sponsoring a student. This is your last chance to purchase raffle tickets. We are a little ahead of schedule. 3 elite prizes. The computer is generating the winners as I speak. The winners of auctions and raffle items will be receiving a text with the information about pickup later in the weekend. Check your messages later this evening. I'd like to take a moment to thank a few of our watch parties. We have some people out there watching in groups. Number 1 watch party, Dr. Dave Mallory and his gang over at Casual Pint are watching. Hello, Dave and the gang. This painting here is for auction, is done by David, one of his many beautiful watercolors. Thanks, David. We also have a watch party at the house of Marge and Jeff Poole. Thank you, Marge, for all you do for SewHope. Roxanne Ward is also having a house party. Thanks, Roxanne. And our friend Lisa has the 4th watch party. Thank you, Lisa. Do I have the winners yet? Here are our winners. This raffle might look fixed. I know he's not watching. The solo stove winner is Jim White. Jim's enjoying the UT basketball game right now, I think. The winner of the digital air fryer is Ann Roosh. I think she's here to accept her prize. And the lucky winner of the gift tree is Pat Mallory. Boy, that computer, I don't know. We'll have to get that certified, but that's the way it looks. Our auction is going to remain open until 8 p.m. Until then, you are able to purchase student sponsorships, continue to bid on silent auction items, and purchase items for our school, and of course, more chickens. Let's set a SewHope record tonight for chicken sales. Once again, I'd like to bring up Ann Roosh to close our program.
I don't know, I'm pretty speechless about the air fryer. I might have to start cooking now. Well, this was a really fun event, and we never expected that we wouldn't be able to have a live event this year, but we better have it next year, and hopefully for those of you who are out of town and out of state who have been able to join us, even better, and hopefully we'll do it both ways next year. So thank you for any of you who came and listened to this tonight, and always feel free to call us if you want to be involved or have any questions, and good night and God bless.